Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol XPEV, XPEN Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So XPEV had a run today, and it literally took itself from being down here at this point around the $50 mark and just ran up, and the bears appeared just one time and they could not stop the bulls, and the bulls took themselves to newer highs from that 65 range all the way up to where it's at now, sitting at around 74.88. So as we see it here, previously, as I've stated in all my videos, and you can still see that line down there, this was probably one of the most important support levels in the previous time if this was going in the other direction, especially after this run and it started to fall in that downward direction. I kept stating to all investors, beware of this point. This is one of the most important support levels before it goes to newer lows. Well, if we look at it in a zoomed out portion, man, this just continued to break through resistance and hit newer highs and new resistance levels, and it's been pulling away from the 50-day moving average every time it has the opportunity to, for the bulls to continue to run. And if they fall below it, it's for a very short period of time, and the bulls reappear and every single time take themselves up pretty high. This is probably one of the lowest movements, but that's volatility of the market with the ups and downs. But once they pull themselves out, I mean, you can just see that they get themselves out of it significantly, just like back here and like they did recently. Now, what is important for tomorrow? That's what we're going to look at, and we're going to zoom in here and see what this chart is showing us, and we're going to look at our support and our resistance. So let's go ahead and break this down. And one of the highest points was reached in the last couple hours of the day, which is pretty impressive to see that at the end of the day, the highest point was touched. So tomorrow's going to start with a true tug of war here. Now, the 50-day moving average is down here at 58.02. As you saw, it kind of jumped over it. It doesn't let me land exactly on it. Shows me only here 58.03, but to be exact, it's 58.02. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The moment we're below it, we're in bearish territory. So for the bulls to continue this run, they need to break through this resistance and start to work their way up to newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull further away from it to pull further away from the 50-day moving average. But before we jump into that, I want us to see here the support. It's pretty important right now because this support level is the lowest point before the bullish run continued, and is where the bears tried to start turning this around. As you can kind of see, this was an upward direction and it slightly slanted in a downward direction when the bulls then reappeared. Before that, it was looking like it was going down. So this support level is significant, and it's 63.82. If this gets broken through, we are still in bullish territory, but I'd pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting. How quickly did it get there? If it breaks through it, how is it reacting between the 50-day moving average and the support? And are the bulls trying to reappear in any of this bullish territory to bring this back up? So super important to keep that in mind and pay close attention to how this stock reacts if it breaks through support. Now, resistance is the most important point here for the bulls, and it's 74.89. It's literally 1 cent above the closing price at 8 p.m. It closed out at 4 p.m. at 72.17, and it continued to run a $2 difference and some change. But 74.89 is super important for the bulls to break through it and start to reach newer highs. They need to turn that into a support and start to work their way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. So as I stated, this is the most important point. I want to emphasize that for the bulls. And if the bears break through this support, pay very close attention to the behavior of this stock. The tug of war is going to be interesting tomorrow. We'll have to see if this continues to run and if the bulls can hold up this momentum, or are the bears going to slightly reappear And are the bulls going to try to fight back to stop it from going any lower before the 50-day moving average catches up to the price? We'll see how this plays out tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and informative and you feel encouraged or inclined to subscribe, please do so. Don't forget to click on the bell. Turn on all notifications to not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. And in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.